This is Montana This Morning.
New Montana voting laws enacted during the last legislative session being challenged in a Billings courtroom. What those opposing and supporting the laws are saying about the measure coming up at 6:32.
A major development for the small community of Ramsey in its fight against a proposed truck stop moving next door.
Well, happy Tuesday, Southwest Montana, 6:30. Chet Lehman, Matt Elwell with you here, and that's a live shot into the mining city. Thanks to Community Hospital of Anaconda Zycam. All in all, a pretty pleasant morning out there.
The morning is fantastic. The afternoon is going to be much like yesterday. Nothing wrong with the day. It's just going to be hot. Yeah. So drink plenty of water. I always make plans to take it easy in the afternoon.
Me too. All afternoon long. Yeah.
That's right. Temperatures this morning into the 40s and 50s, 46 degrees in Butte, 50 degrees in Belgrade, 41 in West Yellowstone. We're sitting at 51 in Ennis to start the morning. Clear skies with futurecasts throughout the afternoon. You may start to see a little bit of afternoon cloud cover. We're not looking at any significant potential for rain today, tomorrow, or really Thursday as well. Daytime highs right around that 90-degree mark. We do have the outlook on the next several days, talking about precipitation potential and the heat. We'll talk about the details on that in just a few minutes.
All right, thank you, Matt. 6:31. We start with some Treasure State headlines this half hour. In Billings, Sheriff's Office says deputies investigating a possible shooting at the fairgrounds. Witnesses report a gunman firing shots into a crowd near the carnival area. Yellowstone County Sheriff's Office confirms that EMTs along with deputies arrived at the fairgrounds for the incident. Call came into emergency dispatch around 11:30 last night. Officials say an investigation is underway but will not comment beyond that. Also, voting rights in Montana are on trial as a Billings judge hears arguments over 3 new laws passed by the Montana legislature, all affecting Montanans at the polls. TN's Jackie Coffin takes us into the courtroom for day 1 of that trial.
There's a lot of attention right now on the courtroom of Judge Michael G. Moses here in Yellowstone County District Court as he ponders the fate of 3 controversial voting laws, but that decision is still a few weeks out.
Time set for trial.
Many across Montana will be closely watching what happens inside this Billings courtroom over the next 2 weeks. 11 plaintiffs are suing Montana's Secretary of State Christy Jacobson, including the Montana Democratic Party and Western Native Voice, claiming 3 new laws passed during the 2021 legislative session violate Montanans' constitutional rights.
And that democracy is better when more eligible voters can access the franchise. And that's what this case is about. And we believe that when the court hears all of the testimony and evidence in this matter, it will come to one and only conclusion that these 3 statutes are constitutional.
Together, the laws end same-day voter registration, require students use other forms of identification if they're using student IDs while voting, and ban people from getting paid to collect and turn in ballots on behalf of others. The bills immediately drew legal challenge from voting rights groups who say all of them make it harder for certain Montanans to vote, especially young people and Native Americans.
What is not okay is to needlessly complicate the fundamentals of a democratic system. And what is far from okay is to make that complication affect particularly one portion of the population.
But the state argues the changes were long overdue, claiming the laws make Montana elections safer, reduce fraud and error, and actually improve accessibility.
Paid ballot collection, especially by partisan organizations, has the potential to undermine voter confidence in the security and integrity of elections in Montana.
The next 2 weeks of the trial will largely center around witness testimony. Those 3 new laws are already in place, while their future is debated in court. In Billings, Jackie Coffin, MTN News.
In other Treasure State headlines this morning, after a 5-month battle with pancreatic cancer, Missoula Mayor John Engen is dead. Passed away yesterday while surrounded by his family and friends. He was 57 years old. He'd been diagnosed with cancer just last March, been undergoing chemotherapy. Acting Mayor Gwen Jones, surrounded by council members, department heads, and other city leadership, made the announcement of his passing, talked about the accomplishments of Missoula's longest-serving mayor. He was described as warm, kind, and approachable as he worked through the recession and a pandemic and bought a water company. But it was his leadership style and his personality that helped get Missoula through some big changes. While west of Butte, residents of the town of Ramsey who oppose Love's truck stop learned they've won the battle against the nationwide chain. Love says it will not build next to the small community. Here's a timeline of the truck stop controversy that's been going on for the past 5 years. January of 2017, 60 Ramsey residents voiced opposition to the proposed Love's truck stop at a public meeting at the Ramsey School. November of 2019, Ramsey residents appeal without success the liquor license that was granted to Love's truck stop. Now, in June of last year, the truck stop gets Department of Environmental Quality approval to build next to Ramsey. And just July of 2022, Butte Silver Bow Zoning Board unanimously approves truck stop's final building permit. August 15th, Love's truck stop announced it won't build near Ramsey. Now, MTN's John Amey has more on the decision.
Just as the folks in this tiny town of Ramsey were digging in for yet another long, hard battle against a large truck stop that wanted to move in next door to it, the war ended and Ramsey won.
Oh, I'm just so excited.
Oh! After a 5-year-long conflict with some residents in this isolated community 7 miles west of Butte, Love's Travel Stops and Country Stores announced it will not build a truck stop next to Ramsey.
Oh, it's like we won the lottery. I'm so happy.
Yes.
I'm just thrilled to death.
It's surreal. We fought from 2017 till now. And you don't think you're going to win against corporate America.
Residents of this quiet community of about 40 homes worried the truck stop would bring unwanted noise, traffic, and other dangers.
I'm really excited that our efforts were at least able to bring to the front that this really wasn't the right site for a truck stop. We've never felt that it was safe. The off-ramp isn't safe. The fact that they were going to have to do an open sewage lagoon so close to the just reclaimed Silver Bow Creek.
In an email, Love stated, Love's recognizes that some Ramsey citizens and leaders took exception to bringing a travel stop to the area. A core tenet of the company's values is that our locations maintain strong connections to all communities we serve. One lifelong Ramsey resident was grateful for her fellow residents who stood against the truck stop.
We wouldn't be here if it weren't for them. I know that from the bottom of my heart, and I'm so grateful to them.
What do you want to tell them?
Thank you. Thank you.
How's it feel today?
Oh, golly. I can't express it. Pure joy. Yeah.
John Amey, MTN News.
Now, Love's is not commenting on what it will do next, only stating that this was a business decision and that the company plans to shift its focus to explore other options. 6:38 now. The cost of putting food on the table is the highest it's been in 40 years. Ground beef, one of the foods seeing the high price hike. Beef costs 12% more now compared to this time last year. You'd think that would mean big profits for ranchers, but Alexa Liaco found they're struggling to keep their own businesses.
The cost to raise cattle has gone up so much that some ranchers are being forced to sell off parts or even their entire herd of cattle. But that's not the only thing that's making it more expensive to get your beef from the farm to your table.
And were these part of the group that you might have considered to sell?
Yes, this is my main herd.
We spent a morning driving through the Colorado Plains with cattle rancher Rick Waylert.
Oh, there's crooked nose.
Ranching the land has been in his blood for generations.
Keep growing, get bigger.
But the land may be the reason he loses what he loves most.
We were talking about getting rid of part of our cows this summer because of high feed costs, no real place to keep them.
The drought is drying up the grass for cattle to feed on across the U.S. in places like Colorado, New Mexico, Kansas, Texas, and Missouri. It's hurting the biggest beef production regions in the country.
You know, a person that just sold down to, out of 100, they kept 20 head because they would not have enough feed this winter to feed them all. And so they went ahead and made the decision to sell them all.
Ranchers being forced to sell off their herds means higher prices for consumers and less money for the families working the land.
Others have to go get another job somewhere else, or sorry, you don't get a paycheck this year. Hopefully you saved enough money from the years before that you can get through. It's kind of tough that way, It's not what we can control.
Also out of control, feed and fertilizer prices.
COVID started some of it, but it's supply and demand.
Stephen Kuntz, a professor of agricultural economics at Colorado State University, says the supply chain problems and the severe drought happening today are not only hiking prices now, he expects prices to keep rising for a long time.
The cow numbers themselves were down like 2.5%. So what that tells me is we're in for some very expensive beef prices, really probably 3 years down the road, 2 years down the road. You know, I think it's not just going to be beef, it's going to be protein across the board.
When you lay awake at night thinking about things, it is a struggle every day.
Stephen says ranchers can invest more in insurance to protect themselves and their herds, but when it comes to the drought, there's not much anyone can do but wait and hope that the land will once again give their livelihoods a place to thrive. In Carr, Colorado, I'm Alexa Liaco reporting.
All right, 6:41, time for a break here on Montana This Morning.